you.
You're welcome. Take care.
People are truly struggling right now.
Food insecurity, a basic need, is immense in the Richmond Highway corridor.
Life along Route 1 in southeast Fairfax County was a challenge before the pandemic. These communities, according to census data, are among the poorest in a region teeming with wealth.
They're your neighbors. They need our help. They are hungry.
And now among the hardest hit by COVID-19 in terms of illness, job loss, and hunger.
We're just trying to survive and live. The last thing we need to be trying to figure out is how to feed our children in the midst of trying to keep ourselves and our communities healthy.
Their epicenter for assistance, the food pantry inside United Community.
Here you go. You're welcome. Stay safe.
It's humbling to see that something so big such as a pandemic can truly alter every single person's life at any given moment.
But two troubling trends have emerged.
So it was an absolute tsunami of people, a demand curve that we never could have expected.
Their numbers skyrocketed from 543 served in April of 2019 to 1,140 served in April of 2020, a 110% increase. And many of their clients, like Carl Barlov, are here for the very first time.
I was laid off because of the coronavirus at a major hotel facility.
People suddenly laid off or furloughed with no income coming in.
It's not much of a choice, but it's a necessity. And sometimes you have to humble yourself to be able to reach out to the community services to get the support you need.
And never before has this community been more united. Donations are pouring in and a new program just launched.
Estáis en tu familia, ¿no?
They've gone mobile, delivering to neighborhoods reeling the most.
Y por el motivo del coronavirus han perdido sus trabajos, ha habido gente que ha estado infectada y lamentablemente el gobierno no los ha podido ayudar por ser indocumentados. Y sí, pienso yo que a esas personas deberían de darles el apoyo, más que nada porque han sido afectadas por el virus.
To get food for her little sister and food for my daughter. Going to the stores is kind of difficult now.
Families like Desmond Newton and Natalie Delgado can now walk away with a few days' worth of food without worry.
And sometimes you just need a little help with getting some extra food.
We always make sure that she eats first before us, and whatever's left, we'll eat.
This project is succeeding due in part to the very people who live here.
You want food?
Like Yolanda Earl Thompson, who everyone calls Miss Yolanda.
So I was like, I can't get out, but I can still reach out.
Every week, United Community volunteers personally push an overloaded cart of food a couple blocks to Miss Yolanda's front step, where she sets up shop.
Then I sit in this chair, and as I see my community walk by, I yell, "Hey, you want some food?" And they come and they get snack pack. It's like noodles, macaroni and cheese, cereal.
Elderly neighbor Deborah Ward is grateful that Miss Yolanda looks out for her.
Oh,
Thank you, dear.
I love you. I want to hug you so bad.
I know. I don't even go to the grocery store anymore. This is the first time I've been out in 3 weeks.
I know a lot of my people were living on the edge before the epidemic. I didn't want them to fall off.
Well, we don't have much.
The children of this neighborhood, like siblings Emmanuel and Emily, know her best.
She's a hero because she gives the food for free.
Then something unexpected happened. The more Miss Yolanda hands out, the more she gets. People independent of the food pantry are stopping by, dropping off more groceries, school supplies, and Kathy Lehner keeps bringing by diapers.
It speaks well to all of us to reach out and support each other, because this is when we really do need to tune into our humanity.
We don't need to write other people's narratives. We just need to give them the space to share how they really feeling and share their story from their heart. And then we need to put value in that narrative and help them change their story. You're welcome.
Thank you.
To make sure that we all have a happy ending. Bam! That was good. Well, I don't know where this stuff comes from. from?
It comes from a childhood filled with possibilities. Yolanda's father is Reverend Lee Earl, the beloved and respected minister who led a project in Detroit that turned crack houses into low-income homes.
So as a child, I watched my dad transform a community from riddled with drugs to riddled with love.
Miss Yolanda's inspiration also stems from trauma. She and her best friend, Nicole Cameron, talked often about all the good that they would accomplish together. But in 1994, Cameron was killed in a drive-by shooting at the age of 22. Miss Yolanda says she's doing her best to finish the life Nicole never had.
But do you want to give me your number? Do you need diapers?
While there's immeasurable joy in giving, there's also heartache in knowing so many still need. Miss Yolanda and United Community do more than provide food. While the body needs nourishment, the soul needs encouragement, and hope needs help.
And we can sit home, shelter in place, be afraid, or we can try to help people that are hungry, and they're afraid too.
They're also grateful.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you, dear.
No matter what, this community will survive and it will thrive because we will look out for each other.
I'm Jay Korff.
I don't see us going anywhere anytime soon.
For ABC 7 News.
So we're currently on Richmond Highway, right in the wonderful Mount Vernon community. When COVID hit, we thought food, we thought shelter, but there's so much underneath all of that. And something as simple as having clean clothes is so important. This is a new business on Route 1 who has realized that there's a need here in this community. And so they've teamed up with Young Highways to offer free washing and drying for the community.
You have 3 loads, okay, that you can wash for color in the big machine, and then you can wash 2 loads of whites in the smaller machine, okay?
When I got the phone call, I was like, yes, because we need this. It's really hard to manage with this pandemic. It's so different. It feels like a different world. Whoa, you wouldn't believe it. Sometimes I have to laugh to keep from crying, okay? You know, when your income is cut short by the pandemic, and you have to wash your clothes, you have to pay your rent, you know, you have to pay your bills. Some of my bills are behind, but, you know, I keep moving.
Everybody gather around Young Highway Fitness. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
We're gonna do go-go Zumba with the kids. We have snacks and drinks to supply for the families while they're waiting for their clothes to wash and dry. We understand what you're going through. We're from the Route 1 corridor, and we just want to give back. And we're here from you, and we're not going anywhere. We're not going to just give you a free laundry wash and say, okay, take care. No. How else can we help support your family? How else can we help support you to be a better parent, to give your child more opportunities?
We need to help people feel human, feel like we care. Someone cares. We care. And so we're showing that by doing something that no one else is doing on Route 1. Across the highway from people who have so much money, and on the other side of the highway are people who are unemployed, seeing higher COVID rates than ever, need job assistance, need rental assistance, need food assistance, and it's just ridiculous. There were times when I was on welfare. There were times I was living in my grandmother's basement because we didn't have anywhere to go. No matter how life may take you into better places, don't forget the people that are in the situations that you came out of. And so that's my driving force. so we're on our way to get Joseph so that he can wash the clothes of the family. This family has been waiting to get housing, and unfortunately, because the family is so large, that they have just had such a difficulty to find housing big enough for their entire family, and so they are now living out of a hotel.
But as you can see, it's hectic, but I'm just making the best of it, you know what I'm saying? That's all I can do.
They lose their jobs, their daughter gets shot, they get displaced, they basically got evicted. So here they are trying to figure out how to persevere in the midst of one thing after another after another.
Just to feel loved by somebody else that's not even in our family, it's amazing.
Clean clothes ain't nothing like clean clothes, man. You know what I'm saying? When you get the opportunity to wash some clothes, I ain't not going to say no. You know, I got a huge family that I'm providing for, so Miss Yolanda came in my life, and there's more blessings to come, man.
Don't nobody want to put on the same dirty clothes. That means I'm still living in yesterday's sorrow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to live in today's love.
When you have fresh clothes, they might be old, but they clean. Come on, man, you good. It's cleansing. It's called a cleanse. I've been washing clothes for years, man. My mother taught me well, man.
But it just means a lot for me to be able to help someone breathe. This situation and this pandemic can be so suffocating, and one thing after another, and you could just feel so overwhelmed. To me, it means a lot that I just get to allow people to put a smile on their face, even if temporarily, because someone cared enough and loved on them enough to say, I see you, and I'm here to help you. There's a reason to keep going. There's a reason to not give up.
It's been said that there's no greater heroism than motherhood.
She is the bomb.com.
They keep us on time.
Come get your bag.
In line.
Look, be quiet. Look, man, look. I'm not discussing that right now.
And above all, well-fed.
I need to get some more vegetables.
But Tawana Baylor didn't bring any of these children into the world.
I think she's my second mother, actually.
Miss Tawana, as she's called, works as a violence interrupter in her Southwest D.C. neighborhood. Many years ago, she traveled down desperation's darkest roads, somehow survived.
Struggling is not the word.
And now keeps the peace here while inspiring hope in children like 8-year-old Lucky Mac.
My name is Lucky. I think of her as a mother because she gives us food and she makes sure we're fed.
That's why they love me. I don't judge them. I meet people right where they are. I accept them.
I love that she takes care of everybody.
It's her unpaid job that keeps her in constant motion.
They all get 2 bananas in there to go with their oatmeal for in the morning.
She manages a makeshift toy outlet, library, and grocery store, all out of her small apartment.
They love that macaroni and cheese.
She succeeds by pinching pennies and getting support from family, friends, and various nonprofit agencies. Everything here goes to neighbors in need.
She helps because she knows that I'm struggling.
Like Natasha Mack and her 5 children.
I just thank the Lord for her, and I'm blessed.
I not feed their stomach, I feed their souls. I'm planting seeds.
Moving van.
We caught up with 9-year-old Cameron while he enjoyed lunch and a new book.
What she means to me is she makes me happy.
Happy because nearly 60% of children residing in this complex live in poverty.
Without her, these kids wouldn't have nothing. They wouldn't have nothing.
Miss Tawana and her daughter Sierra ramped up operations when concerns about food insecurity turned critical in the COVID age.
When the pandemic happened, we had a lot of individuals that knew what my mom was doing, knew how much she was feeding the community, and said, hey, we want to help. And so the help began to pour in.
Volunteers drop off food. Others prep and cook, resulting in hundreds of free meals a week.
Here you got macaroni, your fruit cup. I get some juice. Hold your bag. I get some juice.
For grateful kids like 8-year-old Michaelan.
I would think as her as my sunshine and my rainbow at the same time. Every day I go knock on Miss Tawana's door because I know she has a whole house full of snacks.
If I know they're hungry, how am I stay behind my door and I open it? I have to open my door.
While the youngest prefer the hallway,
Everybody go get theirs, calm down.
older ones, on bikes given to them by Miss Tawana, wait outside for their bagged meals.
Thank you, Miss Tawana.
A friend calls Miss Tawana an umbrella in the rain because she covers those in need.
Bye, Grandma.
Bye.
Good tomorrow.
See y'all tomorrow. Y'all be good. I love y'all. I put magic in these bags. The love come off of me into the bags. That's what it is. The love and the time.
She can say, look, I am you and you are me. And if you need something right now, if you're hungry right now, you never have to feel bad about it.
Today, we got to feed more people.
Tawana Baylor's drive to give, lead, and love stems from a harrowing past.
Oh, yes, indeed, Jesus. I've been molested by my father and my grandfather. I kept it to myself for 20 years. That's a long time. I didn't share it until I went to jail.
The trauma of betrayal at the age of 12 led to addiction and crimes that landed Tawana Baylor in and out of prison for some 20 years.
I didn't want nobody to go through what Miss Tawana went through. It was terrible, but I came out of it.
She emerged sober, faithful, and confident in her new calling as this community's matriarch.
The food is a bonus. Some of the kids just want my time, and I ride the bikes with them. You know, I jump rope with them. I do a lot of stuff with them. They want somebody to know that they loved.
So she has dedicated her life to being there for children like Lucky Mac, so they can face the challenges of life, knowing that they have value.
If you're gonna love them for real, not for play. And they know Mr. One don't play.
I got a juice, a bar, ravioli, and small stuff. Thank you.
I'm Jay Korff.
It makes me feel warm and good.
For ABC 7 News. If 2020 has taught us anything,
Happy holidays, man. Thank you, man.
it's to leave expectations behind.
Guess who coming today? Santa Claus coming.
It's an annual tradition for Tawana Baylor, the matriarch of this community, to hold a toy and coat giveaway for the children of her Southwest Washington neighborhood.
Okay, we waiting for Nikki. That's who she got to bring the rest of the toys.
Friend Nikki Mock brought 200 donated toys on this night, but she isn't this year's surprise Santa.
My name is Maury Ellis Diane, and I'm 15 years old.
On Saturday, Maury Ellis Diane handed out dozens of bags of food and grocery store gift cards to those in need as part of his Eagle Scout project. He then saw the story that I did a couple months ago on Miss Tawana's ongoing efforts to feed this community during the pandemic.
I had gift cards left over, and then I came upon Miss Tawana's story on y'all's website and decided that that's who I wanted to serve. So I decided to donate some gift cards to her and some food items.
This teenager recently came to the realization that his passion is nourishing those in need.
You come here, man. Oh, my God, man. You're my angel, man. Where you get that sweet spirit from?
I just hate seeing people suffer, and the less fortunate, when I see them, it just hurts my heart. So I knew I had to give back to my community.
And then he gave those 40 $25 leftover gift cards to Miss Tawana.
Oh, my God, man. You made Miss Tawana heart cry.
Because those cards will help feed the kids of this community for weeks.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
When it came time to hand out those coats and toys,
It's pretty. It looked like a real doll baby.
smiles could not be contained, knowing you are loved, warm, and well fed.
Some kids, and it's about 50 more, are going to eat well, Mr. J.
Thanks to a surprise Santa in the form of a 15-year-old Boy Scout with a big heart and a new mentor in Miss Tawana Baylor. I'm Jay Korff.
They're going to have the best Christmas of their life.
For ABC 7 News. When it comes to summer pandemic projects, the Davula children and their friends never imagined that their rudimentary carpentry skills would improve the lives of neighbors in need.
In my heart, I mean, it's like really nice to know that people are getting food and you're like one of the causes that's helping it. It feels really good to do that.
You know, we never ever thought it would get this big. I mean, it's big now.
Lucas, his sisters Leah and Ava, along with friends Owen, Crew, Kai, and others, started building small signs adorned with a simple heart.
We made 12 our first time, thinking no one would want any, but it really blew up and a lot of people wanted it, and so we made a lot more.
They asked for donations for each sign to help food insecure families, and the project took off.
We made 250 signs and made over $6,000.
And they usually put them like in their front yard, like next to a tree or next to some bushes, right near the road so people can see. And so, you know, when you drive around Vienna, you can see all these little signs by the road. It's really nice.
They give the money to Lydia Russo.
I really like to give back to my community, so I said, what can I do in this time?
Russo is behind the popular Facebook page Vienna VA Foodies. When COVID-19 struck, she turned that page from a restaurant review site into a venue of hope that's helped struggling businesses, first responders, and food insecure families.
I cry like at night because it's so overwhelming, it's so beautiful.
Here's how it works. Russo funnels donations to help support various Vienna restaurants like Foster's Grill. The restaurants then use that money to make food for those in need.
They're very trying times.
Bronwyn Phillips is the district manager
Those are done.
for Foster's Grill.
With her, we're feeding 10, 15 families all the time. It just turned into something fantastic.
The final step in this grassroots process involves teachers like Janet Hopkins.
Yeah, I do love these kids. I do love these kids.
Teachers know the families struggling the most in their schools. So once the food is prepared, Russo coordinates with teachers who personally hand-deliver meals to families in need. And they've been doing this for months.
We wrap ourselves around them and support them as best we can, as well as a lot of the other families that live in here. I mean, it's amazing, and it feels great.
Since March, they've raised more than $50,000 and delivered thousands of meals. On this day, we followed Hopkins as she brought meals to Shaquana Brown and her 8 children.
She's my heart, like my whole heart. When I lost my husband, she was the first person here.
Brown worked as a school cafeteria host until she lost her job due to the pandemic. She loved that school so much, it's where she married Willie Jackson, the love of her life. But her husband died 3 years ago of a heart attack.
I do everything alone, so there's a lot of nights that I'm too tired to just do anything, which them bringing meals helps a lot. It seems so small or something little, but it's not. It's not small. It doesn't go unnoticed. It doesn't go unneeded or unwanted.
It doesn't go unnoticed by her children. The joy of a juicy burger, savory fries, never disappoint.
Potato fries.
If we've learned anything about our children this summer, it's that when given guidance, they'll figure out how to power that circular saw. And in the process, unlock the power in themselves to make a difference.
And it's nice to have something to do that's, you know, productive and helpful for the community, so we're not just sitting around all day, but we can actually, you know, make a little bit of a difference and help some people.
And I think that's kind of the beauty of it. It's just a simple little sign. There's no deep hidden meaning. Everyone likes hearts. What does it mean? It's love, it's kindness, it's community, it's hope for a better future for everyone around us.
I'm Jay Korff for ABC 7 News.